It is time for Rapid Fire!
Boom.
Gilbert, Marin Fader of The Ringer did a profile of Raiders receiver Davante Adams, with the big takeaway being he does not see eye to eye with the Raiders' vision for this offense. Who will last longer, Josh McDaniels or Davante Adams?
Josh McDaniels just got there. So I'm gonna go with McDaniels. I know you want to pick the star, Davante Adams, but like when there's a lot of friction and also you're paying him a lot of money, you get a couple of draft picks out of him. Maybe Davante Adams would be on the go, but you gotta feel for the guy. Like you think you're gonna be with your best friend Derek Carr. Maybe you get like a Derek Carr. Aaron Rodgers. Maybe you'll get a Tom Brady and you get Jimmy G and then you don't like the system with the coach. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Would the Raiders take Garrett Wilson and a second-round draft pick for Davante Adams?
Oh, for sure. Garrett Wilson's younger, man.
I wonder if the Jets would do
you think
that.
it's an even trade? It's kind of like a ripoff. I feel like.
Okay, then pick. Maybe Garrett Wilson for Davante Adams then.
Straight up.
Yeah. I'm interested because if Davante Adams is already saying this, that means that maybe he doesn't gel well with Jimmy G, doesn't trust Jimmy G, doesn't trust what Josh McDaniels did last year, doesn't trust the vision that he has for this year. Maybe Davante Adams doesn't even make it to the beginning of the season in a Raiders uniform.
You never know. Aaron Rodgers compared actually Garrett Wilson to Davante Adams, so there's something there.
I'd be interested to see if the Jets would do it. I don't think they would, just because obviously the Jets want to have something for when Aaron Rodgers, like say that Aaron Rodgers is done after this year and he's like, you know what, I want to retire. This didn't work out. I'm gone. You want to have that next, like you want to have a Garrett Wilson who's going to be a superstar receiver for you. I get it, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be interesting to see if maybe Aaron Rodgers goes, hey, how about you bring my buddy over here?
I see maybe one more year with the Raiders experiment. It doesn't work, then yeah, I could totally see.
But why waste your year? I mean, anything he could tear his Achilles next year, and that'd be it. I mean,
the only reason why I feel like it's gonna happen, like you would have traded him by now. You would have got a first round pick or something or whatever it is, and now you're in June. It's kind of like everybody has their team set, but you never know.
Yeah,
you want something to happen on June 1st, huh?
Well, after June 1st. Gilbert, Tom Brady is officially a minority owner of the Raiders. Yeah. Will he eventually take over for Jimmy G later in the 2023 season?
Okay, this is more I feel like this is more plausible than Davante getting traded to the Jets right now. So this is for you, man. Tom Brady going to the Raiders, and I brought it up last week. It's like, when Michael Jordan owned the Wizards, he came down and said, you guys stink. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna win. How about Tom Brady going to the practice field and just showing up Jimmy G, you guys suck, and just going with the B team on the second team and just showing up the Raiders, and he's probably thinking, you know what, I could win with this squad. Put me in by Halloween.
I got you. He has a hat on, sunglasses. He's just chilling there watching practice, and Jimmy G throws an interception. He just goes, spits in his fingers. Starts going like this, rubbing his fingers like if he's going to throw the football. And Jimmy G, another interception, starts rubbing his fingers again. He starts getting antsy. But I don't think so. I don't think Tom Brady will play for the Raiders. I think if the Raiders were more like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like they were all set, all they needed was a quarterback to maybe win a Super Bowl, then I could see Tom Brady maybe doing it. But I don't think the Raiders are ready to compete for a Super Bowl anytime soon. So I don't think he'll do it. So,
but I wonder if he wants to become a full owner, because a lot of ways that these owners get a team now is by becoming a minority owner. You get a feel for the boys club, and then you kind of work way up. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting, but he'd have to get, I think, other players involved. I don't think he has the money, the billions to get a team. Gilbert, the NBA held their draft lottery before Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, with the Spurs getting the number 1 overall pick. Should the NFL incorporate a draft lottery system, since the league is all about capitalizing on all their events?
Yeah, because you don't want to have a stinker game. Like imagine last year the Cardinals would have played the Texans or the Panthers or the Bears, whatever it is. Like, who's going to watch that game? And maybe people start complaining about the Thursday night football game, which we'll get into. But I kind of want a draft lottery in some way, and I don't really hate the one now either. Like, it's not like tanking is a big problem. It might be this year with Caleb Williams or Drake May, but I don't know. I'm a little on the fence, but I wouldn't mind seeing a lottery system. How about
The
you?
only reason why I wouldn't is because I think people would like they already think the NFL is kind of rigged at some points. Can you imagine having a lottery system? Like, what if like all of a sudden like a team like I don't know like the Jets had a lower pick or something like that, they win the Super Bowl or the Chiefs, and but they traded a first round draft pick for somebody, whatever, and they jump up and they have the number one overall pick. People are gonna be like, oh well, this
Or the
is rigged.
Cowboys every time.
Yeah, something like that. So, because there's sometimes like you trade a player for a first round draft pick and you have the lower seed or whatever. But I don't think it'd be good. I think people would be like, oh, it's rigged, it's this, it's that. Remember what they said about the Patrick Ewing trade that they put the card
Oh
in the
yeah.
freezer, and then when he went to go grab it, it was all cold and he knew exactly what to do. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a mess, but I wouldn't doubt the NFL would do something like that to just maximize even more and get more eyes on their sport. Gilbert, during the fourth quarter of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, people who were watching the game on YouTube TV were not able to watch the end of the game due to an outage. Should NFL fans be worried about outages since YouTube TV is now home of NFL Sunday Ticket?
I think so, man. It's like the last kind of thing you got to figure out in the streaming era is like these outages or like things going down. Maybe, but also could be your fault because bad Wi-Fi or whatever. But I see it too many times in boxing fights. You buy a Showtime pay-per-view. Remember Conor McGregor against Mayweather?
Oh yeah,
whatever streaming it is, there's always something that comes up, and it's going to happen for NFL Sunday Ticket. It's going to be the first time they do a YouTube TV. You already got issues right now. Yeah, I should be worried if you're an NFL fan.
Yeah. No, I would be worried too, but maybe this is just them getting the bugs out of it. I mean, you have to have it fixed in the next 3 months because if not, people are gonna be we're in the land of suing, so you better get this ready to go. If not, lawsuit. Somebody's gonna try and get a lawsuit together, but I think they need to get that fixed. If not, they're gonna have a big problem on their hands. Gilbert, NFL owners approved the flexing of games for Thursday night football from weeks 13 to 17 with a 28-day advance. Which games do you think have the best chance of getting flexed out? Seahawks at Cowboys, Patriots at Steelers, Chargers at Raiders, Saints at Rams. Oh my God. Jets at Browns.
Oh, it's easy. Definitely Saints at Rams because the Rams are going to be terrible, and I don't believe in the Saints either. So it could be an ugly game there, and we'll see what they put in. But I don't know. I don't like this like Thursday night flex. And somebody was like, it's kind of funny because some people, some Jets reporters were saying, don't buy your tickets for Cleveland yet because maybe they won't play the Browns on Thursday. I mean, who's going to go to Cleveland anyways? But things like that. So, but it sucks for the fans. Like you buy your tickets, you plan ahead, and then it's
Uncle Joe, Danny, do not listen to what Gilberto's saying.
You gotta change your flight to a Sunday. It's awful, and then the player safety all besides it, but easily it's the Rams and the Saints game.
Since you went with that one, I'm gonna go Jets and Browns. I don't think the Browns will be good enough by then to warrant that.
Dude, I like their roster kind of somewhat. We'll see.
I just think that I always like their roster and then they never put it together, so I get frustrated with them. So, but I mean, maybe they'll keep it just to have Aaron Rodgers on like another primetime game, but I'd be interested to see what happens.
It's like that one time where the Chiefs got flexing and they're playing a terrible Broncos team because they want to keep Mahomes. Like
like that was ridiculous. And what they won 45-0 or something. Like it was a huge blowout. Gilbert, the NFL announced that Green Bay will host the 2025 draft and the Super Bowl 60 will be headed to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara again 10 years later after hosting Super Bowl 50. What is the level of excitement for these two events?
All right, we're doing 1 out of 10, maybe like a 4, and that's only for the Green Bay because it's maybe like a historic venue. It's kind of cool to go back into time, the Renaissance era. It feels like for a draft, and then the Super Bowl, like it's not even in San Francisco. It's in boring, quiet Silicon Valley. If you're gonna be staying in San Francisco, you have to take a very expensive $200 Uber to get to San Jose. And the other one what they had, I think, was Cam Newton against Peyton Manning on the Broncos Panthers. Like you hear stories about like nobody really cared. It was a dead ghost town. So I get Levi Stadium is a new stadium and they want to get more than one Super Bowl, but that's your fault for having a stadium outside of nowhere and being a boring Super Bowl town. You know, a boring town. So I don't know. I don't like that one.
I don't really care about the draft. I mean, it's just like it's funny that they moved it from locations. I just like when I was in New York. I thought that was pretty interesting, but I mean, obviously they want to move it around now. It'll be interesting to see how Green Bay does it because I mean, Green Bay is a small. You've been to it. It's small, right? I mean, it's
a small town.
So, yeah, exactly. So we'll see how they get to do it, and the Super Bowl, like you said, if it's boring, it's not for Fernando. But hopefully the Compas will be there for Super Bowl 60. Yet again, we'll see.
Welcome us, San Jose.
Yeah, exactly. Gilbert, the Larry O'Brien Trophy has been making the rounds around the country. The last couple of weeks was recently in New York, along with the championship trophies for baseball, hockey, and MLS. What is the best championship trophy in all of sports?
Well, I'm not gonna pick any soccer ones because I don't even know how they look like, and I can't say WWE, right? So you know what? I always like the baseball one, the World Series, and it's not bad. And I do like the tradition of the Stanley Cup. They pass it around, but I don't really care for trophies. I don't know. Whatever. I'll go the World Series.
I thought you say the Stanley Cup because you'd like to drink out of the Stanley
Oh,
Cup.
that
And
too, yeah. But then when you share with 40 other people, like it's kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, how about the World Cup one? There you go. I got one. I know how that looks.
No, I like the Champions League trophy, La Orejona. The Champions League trophy is, I think, a thing of beauty. It's obviously in soccer. I mean, I can give you a little like, it's basically. Oh well, hold on. Well, whatever. I just think it's the trophy is obviously it's really nice. It's different. It's pretty cool. So let me give you a look at what it looks like, Gilbert, so you can you can decide.
Like my ears, I feel like it's gonna be my ears. Or Manny Machado's ears.
Oh, hey, there you go. Look at that.
There's shit, what year is this?
This is like 2000.
Wow.
14.
Look at this. Look at that nerd next to you.
Yeah, so it's been a while, but yeah, that's
this guy a pretzel. He hasn't eaten in days.
I know, dude. Yeah, you're not kidding. But yeah, that's definitely
trophy, actually. It's pretty.
Yeah, so
it's like the tennis one, like when they win Wimbledon.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool trophy. So I kind of like that one, but